All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to our Isagenix presentation. Here we are, late May, getting ready for a good close to the month on a holiday weekend, both here and in the UK. I want to quickly read this disclaimer. It's important that whenever you're doing this presentation, you have this included. The statements of this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results not typical. Weight loss, muscle gain, lifestyle, and other results depicted in this presentation reflect exceptional experiences of Isagenix customers and should not be construed as typical or average. Results vary from individual effort, body composition, eating patterns, time, and other factors, such as genetic and psychological makeup. In a study performed in 2012 by the University of Illinois at Chicago researchers, subjects lost an average of 9 pounds after 30 days of an Isagenix system. This subject also had a greater level of adherence and had more consistent weight loss from week to week compared to subjects on a traditional diet. The ability to earn income under the Isagenix team compensation plan depends on many factors, including the individual associate's business, social, and sales skills, personal ambition and activity, availability of time and financial resources, and access to a large network of family, friends, and business contacts. Isagenix cannot and does not guarantee any particular level of earnings. Even associates who dedicate a significant amount of time, effort, and personal funds may not achieve a meaningful level of success. For average earnings, please refer to the Isagenix earnings disclosure statement at isagenixearnings.com. That's an important part of our presentation because we want to keep this business 100% completely compliant worldwide because it is a legacy company and we want our children and our grandchildren to enjoy it. So let's do things right. Speaking of right, let's talk about the right company for a minute. One of the favorite statistics I have is that top one right there. Isagenix has reached number 22 on the Direct Selling News Global 100 list. And what's significant about that is we're only 15 years old. Now, being 15 years old is also a huge, significant part of being the right company because we're not a startup. This is not our trial. We just opened up our 13th country, the UK, and we're growing very, very rapidly. In fact, 9 consecutive years we've been on the fastest growing company list. So we're growing fast. We've done $5 billion, that's with a B, $5 billion in sales over those 15 years. This year, 2017, we're projected to do our first $1 billion year in a single year. So a lot of good things going on there. But when I talk about that reaching number 22, that's significant because the top 20 average between 40 and 45 years in business. So we're kind of the new kid in the block at this high of our ranking. And our goal is to go right to the top of that list. We've also been very charitable, having raised over $5.6 million for Make-A-Wish Foundation in 11 countries so far. And the cumulative sales in this slide said 4.5, but that number has already surpassed $5 billion. Here's a quick snapshot of our founders. You've got John Anderson, the Isagenix founder, on the left. You got Jim and Kathy Coover, founders and owners, on the right there. And then in the middle is the heir apparent to the future, Eric Coover. I had the chance to meet him in person in London about a month ago. Extremely sharp young guy. He's got an incredible vision for our future. And we're going to talk more about an initiative that he started towards the end of our presentation. Our vision is simply to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And Eric Coover specifically added not just the largest, but the most integrous and trustworthy health and wellness company in the world. I thought those were pretty key words that he added to the vision of Isagenix. We are currently in 13 countries. We'll be updating this slide soon because last Monday we added the UK to this list, and we have a thriving team in the UK. So if you know anybody in the UK, now is a great time to introduce them to Isagenix. It is brand new and wide open. Selecting the right vehicle to your health and wealth success is critical. Isagenix is not a weight loss system. Even though you're going to hear us talk a lot about the weight loss system on tonight's presentation, Isagenix is more than that. It is a lifestyle. The Isagenix advantage, getting back to some of the reasons this is the right company. We are well capitalized and a well-managed company. The products are visual, emotional, and consumable. When people use our products, they have an emotional response to them. It changes their life. team building compensation plan, cutting edge business building tools and training, and the timing for this business is perfect. You're not a pioneer. You're not here in the first 5 to 10 years where things are getting figured out. You're here right at the crest of when we're starting to hit massive momentum as we go into Europe, Asia, eventually Africa, and go completely global. You are fortunate to be here at the perfect time. So you combine stability and strength, and it equals billions of dollars a year in sales. Here's an interesting statistic. 70% of North Americans and 42% worldwide are overweight. That means they're malnutrition. We have the solution for both. The weight loss industry is a huge industry, ladies and gentlemen. According to the worksheet I use when I'm doing a presentation, I'll show it to you on the picture if you can see the picture, a little small picture there. $672 billion industry, the weight loss industry alone globally. 672, and that was as of estimate 2015. You know it's grown since then. The energy industry, $121.1 billion industry just in the energy industry. Then you've got the performance industry, the gym-based fitness industry, $75 billion according to this statistics, again, back from 2015. And then healthy aging. Healthy aging is a $285 billion industry. So for each of these, we have solutions. Now, Isagenix is your health solution. We have the weight management, we have healthy aging, and we have the energy and performance. Stan, Jagow, I want you to come on and kind of talk a little bit about the science behind the product. And I'm going to kind of interview you a little bit as I go through the different products. So talk a little bit about the science behind the product, what you found through your research about the Isagenix products. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Stan Jagow, one of the up-and-coming stars in Isagenix.
Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it. And welcome, everyone, to the call. We're coming into a great time, like Chuck said, because at this point, we have 15 to 35-year-olds that are setting new paces in this industry. But the science behind the product is enormous. Not only do we have 50 full-time scientists and technical staff with over 200 years of experience in nutrition, dietitian, dietary information, food scientists, biochemists, and the list goes on that you can see on your slide. But the fact is that there's no artificial flavorings, no artificial colorings, and they're using raw materials that are highly scrutinized before they bring them into our products, Chuck.
All right, let's kind of go through these slides together, and let's talk about all protein not being equal. I think of all the people I've ever met, you're the expert in this area. Can you explain what this slide's telling us, Stan?
Sure can. What slide do you have up, Chuck?
The slide I have up is one that says right kind, right amount, and right time.
Okay.
High quality, undernatured whey protein.
We're not seeing that for some reason.
Now you will.
There you go. Okay. Well, let me talk about the types of protein that are out in the industry. You have whey protein, soy protein that are real popular out in the industry. The reason that this company is using the high quality undernatured whey protein as one of their sources is because it's easily digested and it's easily absorbed into the muscle. It is a full pasteurized process in creating the whey protein. Therefore, the bacteria and other things that are sometimes left into the whey protein has been taken out. This is also the animals that they use to provide this protein, Chuck, is graze-fed animals, which is very important to those that are looking for the full, not just grain-fed, and it's much more productive in the human body. On this slide here, the lean shake that we use in the weight loss program provides a superior branch chain amino acids. The branch chain amino acids are for the recovery of the muscle. 24 grams of undernatured whey. Now, the normal person can absorb between 24 and 28 grams of good protein per meal. So the way that this company has put this meal system together, it's 245 calories in this meal, but it also has 8 grams of fiber. It has 24 grams of low glycemic carbohydrates. It has 6 grams of fat, which are the flaxseed oil or flaxseed, and also the MCT oil. There's no soy protein, gluten, which causes a lot of people bacterial infection, and artificial flavorings or sweeteners. The 5 things I tell people all the time that they need to have on a daily basis is they need to have digestive enzymes, they have to have probiotics, they have to have vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to help their system thrive. And that's the challenge, that people aren't getting those at least once a day, let alone 3 or 4 times a day. So every time that you have a shake, you're going to get digestive enzymes, you're going to get your probiotics, you're going to get 23 vitamins and minerals, and you're also getting great protein that hasn't gone through the process of all the insecticides, hormonal issues that a lot of other proteins aren't concerned about in the industry.
All right. Well, you covered that really well. Thank you. That's kind of our core product there, that protein shake. And you've had a lot of experience with different protein shakes throughout your career. You want to tell people that are listening, we've got a lot of guests on the line tonight, and a lot will be listening to this recording. Tell us a little bit about your background and why I would consider you the top expert that I've come across in this field.
Well, Chuck, I've used every product that's been introduced in the protein side. We've always wanted to make sure that we tried every product in the last 25 years, working with professional athletes, amateur athletes, and everyday people like yourself and I that like to maybe not go to the gym as much, and those that like to go to the gym often. But anybody that steps through the gym doors, I said this to you earlier, is that I call them a bodybuilder, someone who's looking to transform their body. So when you're looking at proteins, they have to be able to be absorbed into the system. And there's a lot of companies out there that are taking shortcuts with additives and a lot of other things that they're doing. I'm not going to name any names, but I've tried every protein that has hit the market, and we've studied it for absorption and for its performance in the muscle and its ability to strengthen and also help recover.
All right, well, let me go to the next slide here. This product here is the Cleanse for Life, and I know you were just raving about this one earlier as you and I were visiting. I've got it here behind me in the powder form. This is a phenomenal product. You want to tell us a little bit about this Cleanse for Life and why it's so important to the overall system?
Well, people always ask me, and especially since I've found Isagenix as my new home for supplementation, the challenge that the question that people ask all the time is, why should I go on a cleanse, and why should I be looking at a weight loss program first before I go to performance or even get into anti-aging issues, or maybe I'm looking for energy? Because if the body doesn't have a good cleanse, and my wife and I, we use the liquid Cleanse for Life, and in the powder, it's the same thing. It's just one is mixed with water and it comes alive, and one is already mixed and ready to go. Once you open it, you put it in your refrigerator. The reason that this cleanse and our weight loss system is so powerful, Chuck, is that the receptors in your body, in your hormones, in your adrenal glands, in your liver, your kidneys, and the areas that your body needs to be able to be refortified, the receptors are floating around. And I use this analogy many times, is it's like if you would look at a coral reef. Most of us are used to seeing pictures or movies where you see these things going and they flow with the water and they go back and forth like little fingers, and they're plant life, but they're living organisms. Well, everybody that's on this call tonight has over 100 trillion cells in their body, and they have to be refortified. But you can't get them refortified from the cellular level out if your receptors are laying down, because they're either overstimulated, they maybe have there's too much medication in the system that's caused one medication to bring in another medication. Maybe it's because of malnourishment, maybe not getting the proper vitamins, and the system is cloudy. I'm just going to use, sometimes we wake up and we feel cloudy, but the system is cloudy and it's not receiving the proper information well. So we must clean it before it can receive the information that we're going to bring into it. And that's why this cleanse, in my experience, this cleanse for life is one of the greatest things that have been entered in. Now, the formulator, John Anderson, to the company was bit by one brown recluse spider. And it caused him to formulate this to get the toxicity and the toxins out of his body. I was bit by 13 of them in 2006, and I used it exactly the same type of product that was formulated for the relieving and releasing toxicity and antioxidants and flavonoids. And this is just packed full of the things. If you have any infection in your body, or you have any, this is not a cure. And we already stated that you stated that when you read the form in the beginning of the conversation here today. But this is what helps the body line up so that the body can do what it's supposed to do and receive the proper information that we're going to give it, whether it's branched chain aminos, whether it's vitamins, whether it's the minerals, or anything else that we're going to cause it to help thrive. The system has to be ready to receive, Chuck.
All right, thank you, Stan. I want to talk to you in just a minute about the Isagenix Promise, and I'm going to make sure my screen's rolling here. Yeah, I think you guys can see that. Basically, it's a no compromise guarantee plus scientific support. I got the slide later, but I'm going to tell you now. It's isagenixhealth.net. You can go there and see all 8 scientific research studies that have been done and peer-reviewed. We're getting a lot of publicity now. It's starting to really get out there on the internet. Our products are scientifically proven to work, which is powerful. Most companies don't have the courage to let an independent third party test their products and do it in such a way that no matter what the results, they get published. And that's what Isagenix does, because they know their products are strong. There is no compromise in our products, and that leads to a phenomenal system. Rigorously tested for identity, strength, and composition. A word that's a little hard for me to pronounce there, properties. Microbiology. Hey, Stan, you want to help me with these words? This is pretty scientific stuff here. Yeah,
one of the key things on this slide is that it's tested for pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. If you look at the last word, or the last subword in each of those, pesticide, herbicide, and fungicide, that side means death. And when you bring those things into the human body, it causes destruction. Now, I'm not trying to get over zealous and make too many statements, but when you start looking at the toxicities that we have in the air, the water, and the elements around us, then you start bringing in these sides into our system, and the heavy metals and the PCB and the dioxins. Let me just explain to you what just common air does. H2O is full of oxygen. The air is full of oxygen, or we couldn't breathe. But what does oxygen do to metal? If you take a piece of steel and you put it outside and you let it sit there for just a couple of days, the piece of steel will start doing what? Rusting. Well, if that does that to the piece of steel, can you wonder what oxygen does to the oxidational process to the body just in oxygen alone? But we have to have that to survive. But that has to also, when it breaks down, it's got to be removed. Then again, and you come back to a great cleansing product that has a great antioxidant in it that helps with that process.
One of the things I really like about this is these products are tested as ingredients going in, and they're also tested going out. So Isagenix tests on both ends of the process to make sure we're getting quality products. Isagenix products really do work, and that's something you can stand behind with full confidence. We've been, like I said, scientifically proven. Look at this study here at the University of Illinois Chicago study. This is what I just absolutely love. This is not against somebody who's not doing anything. This is against somebody who's already doing something good, which is the heart healthy diet. 56% more weight loss with Isagenix. 47% more fat loss with Isagenix, and twice as much visceral fat loss. Stan, you want to comment on these real quick before we go to the next slide?
Well, this is important for people to understand because this is a healthy heart diet already. And people ask me all the time, what's a healthy heart diet? Well, it's low in glycemic index, it's low in percentage of fat, it's low in carbs. So these people were already starting to reduce hopefully reducing their body fat. But I was explaining it to Chuck earlier when he was asking me some things about how people lose their weight. People lose weight when they're nourished correctly. So if you have the proper elements coming in, the body responds correctly and it runs like an efficient machine. So our system built, tested against somebody that was already eating healthy is phenomenal information for us to carry.
Diane and I actually got to meet the scientist that did this study, and he does a lot of studies for a lot of companies. And he was just ecstatic about bragging about Isagenix as a leading company in this industry. Another study is the New York's renowned Skidmore College conducted a 62-week study. The expense that it takes to put on a study that long is amazing. But Isagenix spares no expense when it comes to put on studies to give us the validation we need for our products. The Skidmore College Weight Loss and Weight Management Study, Phase 1, 20% reduction in fat mass, 9% increase in total antioxidant capacity, 33% decrease in oxidative stress, and 5% increase in lean body weight percentage. I noticed that when I was releasing my weight. Lost 22 pounds in a very relatively short period of time, but also gained lean muscle. Diane, my wife, Lou, was asking me, are you doing a bunch of push-ups? You starting to work out again? I'm like, no, I'm not doing anything other than I was doing before. But just that good nutrition, it was adding lean muscle while getting rid of the fat in my body. Amazing.
Chuck, let me comment back on that slide real quick so that people really truly understand what that equals. This whole slide right here equals more energy. Mm-hmm. So when your body is not being able to run in a higher in the capacity that it was designed to run, that's why you have friends, or maybe you're even experiencing the 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're feeling like you could take a nap. You start this program, and this program helps you release these things and increase your capabilities in these areas. Your energy will go through the roof. Everyone that I have started on this program, the first thing they say to me is, man, I have more energy. And that's just in just a short period of time. So that's this importance to this slide, Chuck.
Very good. Now, there's lots of products here. We're not going to go into each category extensively, but the one that all the leaders in the company tell you to start with is the weight loss, even if you don't need it. And Stan, you're a good example of somebody. When I initially turned you on the product, the last thing I would have thought you needed was weight loss. But tell us about your personal experience, and then just quickly walk us through these different products that make up the weight loss solution, please.
Yeah, sure can, Chuck. When I first started this program, I wanted to, at least my wife and I talked about how important it was to make sure that, one, the system works the way that we anticipate it to work. And I weighed 267 pounds. And in a very short period of time, I started experiencing my body flushing unnecessary percentage of body fat that I was carrying. And before I knew it, I was running at 243 pounds. And I will tell you that it wasn't the percentage of body fat that you would look at me and say, man, you need to lose weight. It was the stubborn fat, the fat that was interwoven in the muscle itself. And it was remarkable. So that's why I'm doing the same thing. Being a professional in this industry for 20 plus years, the first thing I'm telling people to do when I set them up on a program is to get on the weight loss program, let their body release what it doesn't need. Then we go into the next phase of the process of where we want to go and what your goals are and where you would like to see yourself. We're going to either go to performance or we're going to go to energy, anti-aging, some great healing products. And when I say healing, again, I'm not making any claims. I'm just saying it's helping the body line up so that it can perform the way that it's supposed to do. On this weight loss program, I already talked about the cleanse. Mm-hmm. The cleanse is a superior product, and I would recommend that everybody that gets on this program, that they follow the simple guide that comes with your kit. And in the middle, right where it staples together, there's inside here, it has how to do the shakes and how to do the cleanse. And then it says 3 different options that you can have. You can either do option A, option B, or option C on this weight loss program. So when you see this in your book, it actually explains to you what to do on the cleanse day, what to do on the shake day, and it explains right across here. And if you choose option A, you'll see that in this book, it shows option A that you do a shake on a first day, second day, and then you do the third day as your cleanse. Now, when you do follow this chart and follow this book, I will also tell you that this can be modified, but make sure that you're working with the person who has been on a program before you modify it. Otherwise, you follow it exactly the way that it's written, and it'll do great things for you. All right. So that's the first thing. Getting back to the other products that I would recommend is we love, and I will tell you, this is one of the other types of products that brought me back from 13. I drink this every day. My wife drinks it every day. The Onyx Supreme, I had 13 brown recluse spider bites and MRSA staph infection. I was in the hospital for 32 days on my deathbed. And when I say deathbed is because I had organs that were failing. And what I knew to do was to add these things. When I got back home, I started adding these type of things back into my system. The blend of this Onyx Supreme will allow your body, it has the fruits, the vegetables, it has the antioxidants, proper antioxidants in here. This in itself is a great standalone product, but when you use it with the protein and you use it with the natural accelerator, the natural accelerator helps with the dietary, with the metabolism. So if you're on this program and you don't really know where to start, let me start with the whole thing, okay, and show you. You would do the shakes, whether you buy them in the individual package or you buy them in the canister. You start with the shake. You do the shake like Chuck has the canister. We also have these individual packets. These make great on-the-go type situations. You take a water bottle with you and one of these, and you can shake it up, and it blends very, very nice and very easy. You're going to take one of these in the morning and one of these accelerators in the afternoon, and this would be on a daily basis. Then what you're going to do is we have the product, which is the hydrator. As you are taking your shake in the morning, maybe eating a meal in the afternoon, and possibly taking another shake at night, or if you're following option A or one of the other options, you can do a shake in the morning, a shake in the evening, and eat lunch as a solid meal, or you can do breakfast and a shake in the afternoon and a shake in the evening, or you can do the shake in the morning, the shake in the afternoon, and the meal at night, whatever works for your busy schedules. I will recommend that you also carry one of these around for you. This is like the old-fashioned Gatorade, but better, because they've put all of the potassium, the magnesium, and I can read right off the back of here. You got your B6, B12. What are those for? Well, that brings back the natural energy back into the body. It has the chromium picolate, which helps with the continued process for this weight loss program, all working together in the dietary process. It has your potassium and your magnesium. It also has enough of the glucose so that you don't get low blood sugar. You know, this program's set up so that if you have diabetes before you get started, maybe by the end, if you eat correctly and you follow the plan correctly, you will see some changes in your diabetes, because it is a very low glycemic index program, okay? So you're going to take the shake, you're going to take the accelerator, and the Onyx Supreme. That would be on a daily basis right here. Then if you can't sustain yourself from the shake to a meal, or whatever combination you're doing, the company provides some tablets. Now, I'm going to just tell you a personal experience. These snack tablets can cause you to actually almost miss your next meal, because the first time I took one, it says take 2 in between meals as necessary. Well, I took 1 and almost missed my next meal, and I'm 260-pound guy, and I'm used to eating 6 to 7 times, maybe 8 times a day. So when you bring this down, I went from 6 meals a day to 3 meals a day and was totally satisfied, Chuck. I didn't have any desire to eat anymore. Why? Because I had the proper ingredients that my body was satisfied. I tell people a lot of times about the story of astronauts going to the moon. They don't have the restrooms that we have in those ships, okay? Everything's tight quarters. And they're eating tablets, drinking drinks, and taking pills, and drinking shakes. Why? Because they know already, NASA knows, the government knows, people know that when you get the vitamins that you need and the supplementation that you need, your body thrives and can sustain itself with very little. We don't need to have a 10-pound steak or excuse me, I'm sorry. Sorry, Chuck. We have protective dogs that like to say hello to everybody that drives up.
We do too. All I need is a squirrel to run by and my dog goes off, so we're good.
All right. But this is super important for people that are on the call tonight to understand when you're sharing this with your friends and family. When they get what they're supposed to get, their body will start to thrive. And it'll show out in no time at all. Now, everybody's different. Everybody's workout, and I'm watching this system happen with people that don't even work out. Mm-hmm. That is, to me, it's amazing. But it really stands strong to the fact that the nutrients are here and it's working. Again, when you utilize this program the way it's set up, I forgot to mention the Isoflush pills go with the cleanse, but these pills are used before you go to bed, and it helps everything clean out, gets an extra boost of antioxidants and cleansing process. Now, understand something, that the cleanse, most people aren't really sure how to explain the cleanse. The cleanse is a full body cellular cleanse. What does that mean? It's not a run to the bathroom type of cleanse where you might have, let's just say, for Chuck uses a term, is that okay to use this term, Chuck, on the recording? A poopy cleanse, okay? This is not a gross cleanse. And some people take cleanses and it just flushes the body very quickly. This is a very gradual and very subtle program. And so I encourage people to embrace this, because this is what your body needs to get rid of the junk that it's been hanging on to. Chuck, I could go on for hours about what happens, but I think we should move on to.
Yeah, you had mentioned that you don't have to exercise anymore to have great results. And this is a picture of my brother Jim. And I'm not going to give you the exact time frame, but it was a relatively short period of time, 45 pounds released. And he did not exercise any more than he was before he started. So you're right. It's exercise is great, but the nutrition is what really makes such a huge difference.
That's correct. Okay. I mean, I could go on for hours about why it's important, but I think we should keep moving so that we don't put many people.
Let's do that. Just real quickly here, we also have a dairy-free option for those that prefer a dairy-free option.
Can I comment on that one, Chuck? That's
go ahead.
Important. That one is really super important for people that have gluten issues. Anybody that you know that has a gluten issue really should go into the non-dairy product. And so you understand that protein changes. That comes from plant-based protein, which is very productive in the human body as well. But it's much easier on the human organs if they're having lactose issues, okay? It also is very substantial and is sustainable for vegetarians and those that eat vegan diets. So make sure that you have any friends that are vegetarian. This is a great program for them, and they can still benefit. They do not have to stay with the solid foods that they're doing or whole foods. And let me just share one point, and I thought I saw Farmer John on here earlier on the call tonight, but whole foods don't have the vitamins and minerals that they used to have. And it's been documented for a long time that it's been depleting and depleting because of the pesticides, insecticides, and things that we are treating the plants with. It's zapping out the potential vitamins and mineral content that is supposed to come from the ground into the food. And the fertilization process also is not helping. That's all, Chuck.
We do have Farmer John on a call. Appreciate him being out there. The Cleanse for Life we talked about a little bit earlier. Why don't you address this slide here? This is one of the things that really has helped me understand the process of a traditional diet versus a cleansing diet that Isagenix offers. Stan, you want to address this?
Yeah, this is a great illustration of what we were just talking about being one of the first slides that you shared. It said 70% of America is overweight and malnourished. So let's take that first person on the far left and the top right, top left of that slide. They have all those toxicities in them, and when you lose weight without cleansing yourself, you still have all those toxicities in you. And in order to get rid of those toxicities and those, you have to have a free radicator or some type of a ratification process or a cleansing process to get rid of them. So if you go on to a traditional diet and you lose weight and don't do any cleansing, you still have all the toxicity. The middle person shows that all they did was get skinny. Then when they fall off the program or get off the program, they get heavy again and sometimes even gain twice as much weight. And you've probably know people that have experienced weight loss programs like that, but they still have all the toxicity. So their body is still not healthy at all. On the bottom, where you're using the cleanse as an example, the person on the far left has the toxicity. When they start using the weight loss program through Isagenix, what happens is that they just shed the pounds, but they're also shedding the toxicity in their body. If you see the middle person, when that person loses their weight, see the reduced toxicity. Those dots represent the limited toxicity that's still in the body. You go to the far right, what happens is with Isagenix is we transform people's lives. And when you transform that, when you truly say to somebody, I'm going to show you how to transform your life, you're transforming it from the inside out. They can't even see what you've done, but that's why it's important to have the cleanse. So they switch from this picture of Jim on the far left to the picture of Jim on the right now. On the inside of him, if his blood was tested and his body was tested, the toxicity in his system with Isagenix is so much like the person on the far right-hand corner now. And now what Chuck can do with his brother is what all of you can do with all your people and your friends, is you show them how to maintain this program. They won't gain the weight back, and they won't gain the toxicity back. They'll lose the weight. They keep the weight off, because not only are we a weight loss program, but we are a solutions-based program that I can actually teach through these type of programs with all of you on the phone, how to get people to gain muscle without even going to the gym. That's our next option and opportunity, is once you get them to lose weight, now we're going to show some magic. And we're going to show people how to gain muscle without going to the gym. How do we do that? Keep feeding them the solutions-based program, and we're going to increase their protein and increase their ability to get higher levels of minerals and vitamins, and now they get everything they need and become stronger. That's this slide, Chuck.
I'm looking forward to that. Well, the next thing we want to talk about, and then, by the way, Stan, I want to thank you for a phenomenal job on the product tonight. We went a little more in detail than we normally do, but I've had a lot of demand for people that really want to know the science behind the product, because I didn't know any of that. I still don't, and I don't need to, because I've got guys like Stan and Dr. Paul that know all that. All I got to show people how to do is follow the instructions using the product, and it works. So don't think you have to know everything Stan just talked about to be successful in this business. The most successful high earners don't know a tenth of what he knows, but all you have to know is the product works, there's scientific research, and there's people like Stan that can answer your questions when you got them. That's important.
Can I add one thing before you move on?
Go right ahead.
In regards to that, Chuck, it's sometimes very hard for me to help people because what they're looking for me to do is give them all the answers. What I'm done in building this for myself this time is I'm being very simple with people. Would you like better health or unstoppable income? Just like Chuck teaches. And then when I have to get to the point where I have to teach my people and teach and help you, I do have the information to help. But I'm trying to keep this very simple because in other situations where I've been, being the answer man is not always the easy way to do business.
No, it's not.
It can be very hindering on your time and energy. Keep it simple. The product works. I'll share this with you real quick and I'm done, Chuck. If the sales of the company are $5 billion, let me point something out to you a little different than health. If the sales are $5 billion, then what is that $5 billion telling us? It tells us that the product is working because my experience with companies and working with many, many different nutritional companies over the last 20 plus years, if they didn't have the sales, it was indicative to the fact that the product wasn't working. So the sales are here. We have 15 years to produce and to stand on. That means that the company has a product that is phenomenal and people are using it.
Thank you, Stan. Great insights. And one of the things we do is we help reduce stress. And our product does that. The Isagenix actually helps reduce stress. But we also help people to earn money with these products. So we're just going to fly through these slides. This is the energy slide. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But this one product right here, Stan talked about earlier, this is Diane and my favorite product is the Isagenix. We literally have these little Isagenix shot glasses, and we have a shot of Isagenix every morning to start our day. We love the energy drink. We took a big box of energy drinks to London with us this past week when we were over there, and phenomenal. Keeps you up and going all day long. We have what's called the Isabody Challenge, and it's really nice to have somebody like Stan on the team to help all of us. It's kind of our little advantage when it comes to competing with other associates around the world in the Isabody Challenge. And there's some phenomenal prizes. One of the things, just by competing and completing the challenge, you get $200 coupon for free food from Isagenix. That's worth going through it to begin with. But the people that get in the Isabody Challenge have the best results with the product and with the business too. So you want to make sure all your people sign up for the Isabody Challenge. Performance. Again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this tonight. We will hit these different product categories extensively tonight. We focused on the weight loss solution, but the performance, like Stan said earlier, just increasing the amount of protein and some of the products to help you grow more lean muscle mass. Stan, I know this was the one video that I sent you that really kind of put you over the top when you were considering Isagenix, where I sent you Dr. Paul Bianchit's video that I actually shot with my cell phone in London. We've got a more professional one now that we use on our website. But share a little bit about this slide with everybody that's checking us out tonight.
Well, I was looking at, before Chuck came to me, I was looking at 3 different companies and almost had made my mind up on another company. And some of you that are on the call know what I'm referring to. When I heard Dr. Paul explain the same things and very similar things that I explained to you earlier about the way that the body has to be fresh, it has to be ready to receive the information that you give it. When you're looking at the picture of Dr. Paul on the screen right now, you see the picture behind in the top right. That was his percentage of body fat prior and his size and dimension prior to getting on the program. With zero cardio, he went from 24% body fat to 9% body fat, released 32 pounds, And now he started training 3 times a week, weight training for 45 minutes, and that's what the finished product looks like in the front. You don't have to train to get these very similar type of results. Training it enhances that process. But when I heard Dr. Paul speak, I called up and he shared with me his knowledge about his clients. Now, let me just share this. I have thousands of clients that I work with, and I can't give them a product, Chuck, that isn't going to work. And that's what Paul said, that he works with professional athletes like myself and amateur athletes, bodybuilders just like myself. And the only thing I ever do is I put winners. I take someone who's maybe good, and my job is to make them the best that they've ever seen themselves, and based on performance or looks or whatever the end result. So I have to have a winning product that, even if it only gives me, now here was the key that got me, everybody that's listening. Even if I only could increase one of my people by 2 to 4% over everybody that was in the same category as my people, that 2 to 4% can make my people winners. And when I heard that and I started doing the research on this product, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't help, but I had to share this with, not just with myself. So I did what everybody should do. I got on the product, and then I started sharing it, and you just keep repeating that process. And that's where I'm at today. So, Chuck, that's why it was so inspirational when you sent me that. I had to lay everything else down, and that's why I said that I would team up with you in this process and run to the top with you, because my goal has been, before I got into this company, was to touch 1 million people's lives with good health and positive effect. Now I get to do it with a strong team like all of you on the call.
Yeah, we're part of the Herb and Patty Cepeda team, which is the #1 team in the entire world of Isagenix. And it's really more than just health. Every aspect of life. Their slogan is "Be Set Free." BeSetFreeLife.com is their website. I use that website a lot. This is a picture of Alfie Shepard. Diane and I got to meet him in Chicago about 5-6 weekends ago. There was a Super Saturday up there. We made a road trip up there and got to meet him. He was a former professional baseball player and hurt his arm and thought his life was pretty much over. And then he got involved in Isagenix, and now he's impacting more lives than he ever imagined possible by helping people have a better life. This gentleman, Daniel Parton, we got to meet him in Charlotte, North Carolina in March. And so as you can see, Diane and I are getting around. We're meeting the right people. We're totally immersing ourselves in the culture of this company. This is a phenomenal young man, and he was runner-up last year. And I think he got like a $10,000 reward for being runner-up. And I think Alfie got like a $25,000 reward for winning the contest. So the Ice Body Challenge comes with some pretty significant benefits. It also helps your business. People that get into the Ice Body Challenge do much more business, and the retention is much better. So you, as a business owner, want to not only get involved in the Ice Body Challenge, but do that to lead by example, but encourage your team to also get involved in the Ice Body Challenge. It will help your business. Here's some of the prizes we talked about just a minute ago. And the top one's the one I like the best. It's just complete the challenge. Just complete the challenge, do the essay, do the things that are required throughout the challenge, and you're going to earn $200 product certificate that you can use towards your product. Who doesn't want free food? That's amazing. The Ice Body Challenge is something that goes on perpetually. And so what you want to do is you want to start it, you want to complete it, and then you want to repeat it. And just keep that as part of your ongoing regimen. Now, I'm going to cover the compensation plan for just a few minutes here. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this. We spend most of the time on product. That was the emphasis of tonight's call. But the entire compensation plan can really be wrapped up in this one slide right here. You eat it, you love it, repeat. You share it, they share it, repeat. That's what we do. Stan hit on that just a minute ago when he said he tried the products, he got a good experience, and they started sharing it. So you want to eat it, love it, share it. And as you share it, then they share it, and repeat. That's the entire process. We've got some different product packs down there. We got the key terms. The top key term order is product introduction bonus. Every time you set up a new account and they buy one of our packs, you're going to get a product introduction bonus. It ranges from small to big, depending on how big the pack they buy. You want to find out what their needs are and address the solution to their needs. Don't worry about what you get paid. Worry about what they need and help them meet their needs. You help enough other people get what they need and want, you're going to get what you want. Double PIB. That's something that's not available everywhere all the time. It's a special promotion, and right now it is in effect here in the United States. And so a double PIB means that when you have 2 customers introduced in the same week, you get double the PIB bonus. And then the rank advancement bonuses, again, that's a promotional bonus. It's not part of the core compensation plan. But when it's in effect, it's very lucrative. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about that in just a minute. All right, so let's give you an example of UShare. You share this with 2 new clients, and you set them up. And in this case, we set them up on a value pack, which is the most, the number 1 pack for the success rate of people is the value pack. Now, again, you set them up with a pack they need and that meets their needs. But for this example, we're going to say it's the value pack. You set 2 new customers up with value packs. They get on an auto ship. You're going to earn $80 for every 1 value pack. And if you enroll both of them in the same week, that 80 doubles to 160. So right there with just 2 new customers buying the value pack, you're going to earn $160 per customer. That's 2 times 160. That's $320. And then you're also going to earn a rank advancement bonus by getting 2 new associates. That rank advancement bonus by you becoming a consultant is $50. So right there, you've earned $370, which more, you're talking about a significant amount of income just like that. Now, the they share. This is where you're teaching your people how to also share and get customers of their own. So you share with 2, and then they share with 2 each, and now you've become what's called a manager. Stan and Lisa Jagow, who are helping me with the presentation tonight, they're managers. My wife and I became managers in our first couple weeks. And so if you become a manager in your first 60 days, you get a Crystal Manager bonus of $250. $250. In addition to that, every person that you personally enroll as a preferred customer, if they become an associate, and then they become a consultant, which means they have 2 customers that do at least 100 BD, when you help someone become a consultant, you get a coaching bonus of $100. So in this example of you share, they share, you've got 2 new consultants. That makes you a manager. If you do it within 60 days, that's a $250 bonus. In addition to that $250 bonus, every consultant that you help get started that you personally enroll is another $100 coaching bonus. That's paid on your first 20. So literally there's $2,000 just sitting there waiting for you to help other people become consultants. I haven't hit the max yet, but I'm on my way. So you just want to help people get started, help them get started using the products, and help them get 2 new associates. They become a consultant, and you just helped your person earn a $100 coaching bonus. So right there, just by becoming a manager with 2 value packs being sold, it's 160 times 2 if you do it both of the same week. It's a $50 consultant bonus. It's a $250 Crystal Manager bonus, and it's a $200 in coaching bonuses. So you can see the money adds up pretty quickly here with Isagenix. In that example alone, that's a grand total of $820. There's more product information I mentioned earlier at isagenixhealth.net. You can learn all about the product. They've got the scientific research there. It's all right there at your fingertips. So now at this point in the presentation, you just want to help your new customer. Everybody comes in as a customer, by the way. You just want to help them decide what pack is best for them. And we teach everybody, like Stan said earlier, to start with the weight loss solution. No matter what their ultimate goal is, we teach everyone to go ahead and start with a basic weight loss solution. Now, depending if they want the 30-day weight loss solution or the value pack or the ultimate pack, that really depends on their business objectives and what they want to accomplish. So one of us that has a little more experience will help find out what the needs are of your customer and then address the solution to their needs. Here's just a few examples. The value pack on the far top left It's $559. It includes the weight loss solution and a bunch of other snacks and things, accessories that go with that, and even some product to give away as samples. So that's your best value pack. It's $559, and it also includes an $80 product introduction bonus to the associate that helps set the person up that bought it. The 30-day premium pack, one of the most popular packs. It's the weight loss solution pack with some of the extras that a person needs to have a great experience, including the e-shots, the Isagenix, some isolene bars, and a blender and some shakers, just some tools to make the system better. And then the bare bones package is the getting started pack. Starts at $269, and you can see both the premium pack and the getting started pack have different PIBs. So the bigger the pack a person buys as their enroller, the bigger the PIB. Again, don't focus on your commission. Focus on the solution that's right for your customer. The commissions will take care of themselves as you take care of people. Here's a little more detail about the different packs. We're not going to go into a lot of detail. We've covered a lot of this tonight on our call, but each system has different products included. These packs actually are UK packs, but they're very similar to packs we have available here in the United States. These are some of the energy and performance solutions. Again, these are for the UK. These were a presentation I was using over in the UK last week when I was there. We just launched, and next is Germany and then Netherlands. Next year is Korea and Japan. We're already in 13 countries, so this is a global opportunity. Start asking people, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know? So what you really want to do is connect with our vision. Our vision, again, is to impact the world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the world's largest, most integrous, trustworthy health and wellness company in the world. By personally connecting your vision to ours, we can create miracles together. Here's a glossary of terms. I'll leave that up for just a second, but all this information is available on our website. I want to close by mentioning the START initiative. Eric Coover, the son of Jim and Kathy Coover, has started this START initiative, and the START initiative has created a movement among young people. The 18 to 35-year-olds in Isagenix are the fastest growing segment in the entire company. And so people Stan and my age, we have kids that are in that age bracket. We want to get them involved in Isagenix because they are the fastest growing segment in Isagenix. Our own daughter, Jessica, is doing a great job getting started. She's tying in with other young people and learning how to use social media to exponentially grow her business. And we're really, really very excited for her. So that concludes our presentation today. Our slogan is, and it's more than a slogan, is we have solutions to transform lives. I want to stop the recording now and open up to any questions people might have.